everyone, and thank you to Will and all of the other speakers on our last panel. I'm going to pass it over to Alex Lanigan, who is the Associate Director of Standard Services and Strategic Accounts over at Feedvisor.
Thank you, Logan. Appreciate that. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Alex Lanigan. I'm the Associate Director of Managed Services here at Feedvisor. Feedvisor is an AI-first optimization and intelligence platform for leading brands and retailers on Amazon and in e-marketplaces. We offer a holistic, best-in-class solution for integrated advertising and price optimization, as well as expert brand and content management services. I'm very happy to be speaking with you guys today about how brands can drive holiday growth as we head into what I'm sure will be a very busy Q4. And before we kick things off, I always like to launch a question about learning if you're interested in learning more about Feedvisor. As I mentioned before, we offer a broad range of solutions and consultations for customers. So I'd like to get a feel for who would be interested in learning more. You should see a poll on your screen now. As you're filling that out, to kick things off, we're going to be starting by exploring Feedvisor's exclusive Q4 growth projections for Amazon, as well as other important trends influencing the 2021 holiday season. So consumers are starting their holiday shopping earlier than ever. You know, last year we ran a survey and found that 60% of consumers told us that they would start shopping for the holidays before December, while 38% said that they would start as early as October. So people are looking to get their holiday shopping done early, and as a result, advertising costs and competition tend to quickly rise. During the 2020 Turkey 5 period, which is the 5 days between Thanksgiving and Cyber Monday, we saw that CPCs rose to over 28%, with impressions up over 109%. So it's definitely a very competitive holiday season that's starting earlier and earlier. We did see Prime Day 2021, very similar results. CPCs rose over 29% with impressions up over 33%. So, you know, speaking of Prime Day, the move from October to June this year culminated in slightly more muted results than historical Prime Day events. We found that shoppers and merchants alike focused on gift-giving efforts in, Q4 Prime Day last year, whereas this year it was a little bit slower. Additionally, you know, the lack of Prime Day events scheduled in the holiday season this year is going to mean that the 2021 Q4 promotions are really going to be the main events for brands and retailers on Amazon this year. Q4 and the holiday season was clearly a breakout period for Amazon and its merchants last year. In Q4 2020 sales, Amazon increased 42% year over year, according to the company. According to Feedvisor's data, 71% of brands on Amazon saw e-commerce sales increase by 30% or more in 2020. So really looking to see a busy Q4 and in talking about, you know, what we can expect in terms of predictions for sales growth. It's a question we get asked by our customers all the time. You know, growth really isn't slowing down in 2021. We don't foresee a slowdown at all. Our analysts project that Q4 2021 sales are going to grow about 48.5% compared to Q1 2021 and could reach as high as 58.5% should, you know, pandemic-related restrictions on retail reemerge. And I think, you know, this is a question and a space where a lot of folks are looking to understand what they can expect. And with this Delta variant and with everything going on in the state of world today, no one can really predict how in-person shopping is going to be impacted. So in the case of e-commerce, it's really best to be prepared for another big surge in online business and make sure that you have all your ducks in a row in order to capitalize on that demand. So what does that mean? How do we capitalize on the opportunity to grow during Q4 and the holidays, and what should we be doing to get ready? The way that Feedvisor and our experts in the space advise customers to prepare is by breaking it out into 3 different phases. So in phase 1, this is your lead-in period. Typically, it's the entire month of November, but this year, considering Prime Day happened earlier and we don't have a late stage Prime Day, I would definitely say, start considering your strategy even earlier than November, in October, to really capture customers in that early fall period. Use the 2 to 4 weeks ahead of the Turkey 5 to build your campaigns, to optimize strategies, maybe test some new promotions and channels, and really kickstart engagement to build that momentum. Which brings you into phase 2, which is Turkey 5, Thanksgiving through Cyber Monday. Really super important to maintain momentum through evolving your messaging, have bigger, bolder promotions, consider investing more in a couponing strategy or in your advertising in order to stay visible with consumers. And then prep yourself for a really strong phase 3, which is really that lead out period. Remain agile, stay focused on last minute holiday and gift giving messaging. Consumers do tend to do a lot of their shopping, especially me, towards the holidays, towards those end day holidays. So be sure that you're still engaging and that you're prioritizing efficiency within your operations. It's also a great time to capitalize on increased traffic to the platform with regard to liquidating excess inventory. So while a lot of the focus tends to be on your top sellers, maybe take a look at some of those items that are struggling and use this period as a way to liquidate some slow moving inventory. While the 3 phases of holidays kick into high gear in that October-November timeframe, you really have to start building out your plans, promotions, your budgets now in order to be successful. Rely on any learnings that you had from Prime Day this year and from your Q4 last year. Use that information and that historical data to inform your strategies and try to keep ahead of testing your pricing and your promotions. If your buy box competitive, it's especially important to keep an eye on your competition and begin working to capitalize your buy box share earlier rather than later. So definitely be sure that you're keeping an eye on the competitive landscape as well. It's also a really good time to start preparing your content now, optimizing your product detail pages, looking to maximize visibility, conversions, product ranking. Take a look at your sales and traffic report from Amazon and review items where maybe you had a low number of sessions but really high conversions. Those would be great to advertise. Look at the opposite bucket, items where you have high number of sessions but low conversions. Take a deeper look at the product detail page and see how you can maybe improve your conversion rate. Use this time to really prepare your catalog and prepare your budgets for the what we expect to be increased CPC and increased competition during Q4. Another thing that we wanted to touch on as we hear more and more from our customers about issues is supply chain problems. We definitely hear that there's a lot of feedback on rising shipping container costs out of China. It's been heavy on the mind of our sellers. So look to mitigate some of these issues and prepare as best you can. While maybe we can't do a lot about container costs, we can look to focus on best-selling products, ensuring your inventory arrives to Amazon early, and have contingency plans in place should you have run into supply chain issues on some of your top items. Also really important to look at your pricing and promotional strategies. I mentioned this before, but winning for the holidays ultimately comes down to driving conversions with smart pricing and promotional strategies. We recommend that you look at the ASIN level and create goals at the ASIN level, whether it's building awareness, maximizing your profit, or maybe even liquidating some of that slow moving inventory I mentioned before. Definitely be sure that you're leveraging a couponing strategy or reviewing your prices coming into the busy season. Our most successful sellers couple price decreases with increases in advertising to drive visibility to those deals. Talking a little bit more about advertising here, make sure you're engaging with a full funnel approach. Overall, it should focus on understanding and planning for where your customers are in their shopping journey. Are they ready to purchase? Are they just researching? What is the next step for them? And where do you lead them? Is it to a product detail page? Is it to your brand store, right? Where they are in the journey is going to help inform some of those decisions. In particular, what we wanted to focus on is DSP. It's a very strong upper to mid funnel strategy that a lot of our customers are leveraging and seeing huge success with. It really captures prospects that are in that interest or consideration mode and serves as a nice complement to when you're optimizing your brand to dominate for your own branded search terms using sponsored ads. So it can really efficiently intercept shoppers browsing category or competitor terms. We recommend using both DSP and sponsored ads in your holiday plans to reach broader audiences and really drive incrementality in your catalog. As you build out these strategies, definitely use this time to build retargeting pools, to activate when you're running your best promotions, when you're running your coupons, and when you have a lot of inventory in place. I know it's a lot of information, a lot of ground to cover. So to summarize everything we just talked about, look into your advertising, look into your promotions. Definitely keep a keen eye on your pricing strategies and make sure that all three of those are really in alignment for optimal results. We found that 31% of brands say advertising is their most effective strategy for reaching new customers, and 39% of brands say that competitive pricing is effective for driving sales and profit as well as customer loyalty. So using the two together to get both those new customers and encourage customer loyalty is really important. Understanding your overall P&L across your catalog, doing math to understand your ASIN and your per product margin, work backwards and try to figure out how much you're willing to spend on customer acquisition and where in the advertising funnel to invest those advertising dollars. It's really crucial for discoverability because if shoppers can't find your products, they're not going to buy them. So just to summarize, thanks everyone for answering the poll. If you're interested in learning more about Feedvisor, we have a bunch of experts who go deep into all of these different topics, from pricing strategy to advertising strategy with our customers on a weekly basis. We have AI-driven tools that help you identify the right price points, that help you make sure that what advertising dollars you do have, you're spending in the best way possible. So definitely feel free to reach out to us for more information. Our connection information is down there at the bottom left of this slide, and we look forward to speaking with you further. Thanks everyone for joining today, and thank you to the Retail Summits team for hosting us. Appreciate the time.
Awesome, and thank you for a great presentation, Alex.
No problem.
Awesome. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. We're going to take a quick lunch break. We hope to see you back this afternoon. And thank you again, Alex,